Let's see. Is David able to come on? Let's see. All right, and we would like to try to get between 2 or 3 people to try to do this. It helps other people that are watching right now really be able to participate. And so I have somebody else here raising their hand. I got Alex on here. Let me promote him to a panelist. So as these other people are coming, on and sharing, be thinking about that golden nugget and pressing that button to raise your hand. Let's bring you on. Let's let you share that golden nugget with everybody else. So Alex, thank you so much for being on here with us. Looking forward to hearing your golden nugget.
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Sounds good. Hey, Dan, great event, man. Day 2 in the books, learning a lot. I got a bunch of notes here. Been loving it, man. And I just wanted to share some with whoever's listening right now. I'm relatively new within the multifamily on the brokerage side of things, and based in the LA market, pretty tough market right now. But besides that, it really taught me the mind of the investor to be able to show what I could be doing better in my business, to be able to ask the right questions to when we're in escrow, before we even enter escrow, vetting the buyer, asking them where their equity is coming from, where their debt's coming from, little things like that, huge plus. Another thing is the certainty of closing is way more important than the price. Never thought about it in that way, but that's also another huge plus. And just wanted to share what Brian was able to just lay on, man. Like there was just so much knowledge. But the big thing is to build a list of buyers and sellers. So I was trying to think of ways to implement that into my business. And right now I have a pretty big buyers list, but always went for the listing on the sell side. But it's always good to curate that list of sellers as well to try and match make to see whatever happens in the long run. So very much enjoying this, man. I was up since 5 a.m. this morning. It was great, and plan on doing it again tomorrow morning. So again, I appreciate it, Dan, and it's been great so far for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for all those comments. I'm going to bring on the next person on here. I got Dustin, who's going to be sharing his golden nugget. So the next person who's ready to do that, please raise your hand and we'll bring you on. I'd like to get at least one more if we can here. So I got Dustin on here. You just can turn on your camera there, and we should be able to start to see you there. All right, Dustin, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well. How are you, Dan?
I'm doing amazing. How about you?
Oh, it's awesome. Enjoyed the second day. Can't wait for the third. So I got a few nuggets here that I wrote down. Several of the speakers mentioned that when you partner with experts or competent people, I thought that was kind of a given, but since they several speakers have highlighted it, I figured that was a definite golden nugget to put on there. David Thomas was speaking about raising capital and finding investors, and he was talking about getting credibility with them. Spoke about thought leadership platforms and starting one such as a YouTube channel, a podcast, blogs, etc. And not only starting it, but be consistent with it. And he said he does his monthly. So, I mean, that's something that we all should be able to commit to. And then my last one, I think, is the biggest nugget for me, was Neil Bawa. His whole presentation was just outstanding. It just seemed like as he went on, my eyes just got bigger, and I couldn't believe the information that he was giving. And it was only half a lecture. He's got the other half. He tells you how to access it. So if any of you out there didn't watch his lecture, go back and watch the recording, and just excellent, just top notch.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dustin, for sharing those golden nuggets with us. All of those are very insightful, and I'm going to be bringing on here Chad. So Chad, you can go ahead and open your video camera there, and then also turn on your microphone, and we can chat back and forth. How are you doing, Chad?
Yep. Hey, Dan.
Awesome. Glad to have you on here. What were some of your golden nuggets and takeaways for the day?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for the event. This was fantastic, learning a ton. I'm pretty new as well, transitioning out of a single-family portfolio into multifamily investments. So lots of good nuggets. I'll second the guy who was just on there. Neil Bawa, I think, was the most insightful for me. It's one thing we really don't spend enough time on as investors is the market cycle and the area, right? It's really easy to dig into the property. Not easy, but it's a common topic. But really looking at a systematic approach for evaluating many markets at a time and really trying to figure out how to best place your investor capital is something that I think is grossly overlooked. And I think you did a fantastic job with it. So that was probably my favorite.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I know I saw you in several different rooms and especially room one quite a bit. So thank you for your participation and providing some questions and things like that as well. I really appreciate that a lot.
Thank you, Dan.
All right, I'm going to on Akila. She has her hand raised there, Akila, and I believe she is out of Chicago, Illinois. We've met before. So Akila, welcome.
Hey, I have a lot, so I'm just going to read it down and just be very quick. First and foremost, thank you. Your panel earlier at the 2:30 was so entertaining. Like, it was just so great. This whole event, I love it. But Neil, I absolutely love him. His whole, so I just want to I got things highlighted that I wanted to speak on, but I'm just going to speak on one thing that really stood out to me about Neil, which was me owning property that were 4 units lower and being a landlord, and I was all emotional about it, and I over upgraded and all that other good stuff. And I never really understood how to invest for the community. And it was so huge when he reminded me of that, invest for the economy. Don't invest for the deal. Oh my God, that was so huge. We know that, but to hear him say that today, I was like, oh yes, that was my problem in the beginning. And then to do this on a 100 unit plus level, that could that can kill you. Brian, I absolutely love Brian. I'm going to go back and listen to anything he was involved in. I got maybe 8 bullet points. But I'm just going to generalize it. I love his advice on the relationship with brokers. It was just phenomenal. He is one here that Matt didn't take the best. I like how he said, don't go for tit for tat, trying to make it less stressful on the broker. Me personally being involved in sales, instantly you selling a property, you're just like, what can I get from this? What can I get from this? And in dealing in multifamily space and selling properties, I'm loving this event because you're helping mold my mentality from coming from a person who invested in smaller deals into bigger deals, and it's just very different. And I'm just gonna leave it as that because I can talk all day long, and I'll just talk to you later about anything else, but this is great.
Well, Akila, I really appreciate you taking some time to jump on here and sharing your golden nuggets, and looking forward to having you on tomorrow as well. I'm going to bring Denise on here. Denise, you can go ahead and turn your camera on there. I've promoted you, and then we can go ahead and get your microphone there unmuted, and you can share with us about your golden nuggets or nuggets that you found out throughout the day.
Hey, Dan. So thank you so much for putting this on first and foremost. This has been phenomenal. I've been on from morning to night yesterday and today. It's been just crazy. For me, most of the other people, Neil Bawa and his presentation was phenomenal. What struck me most about that was the corridor of opportunity, because I am in Florida and I wondered which are the best areas in Florida to invest in. And so that was definitely confirmation for me, as well as I have people in my family who believe that investing in places like Detroit and Cleveland, are the places to go. And he explained it so perfectly why those are probably not the places where you want to be investing in. So that will help me in talking with them as far as that. So the whole presentation was great. And Paul Moore's presentation on self-storage and mobile home parks was all new for me. So it was really great. So thank you for everything.
Thank you so much, Denise. I appreciate you also, because I know I've seen you in several of the rooms as well, coming in and out. So I know you've been there from the beginning, from morning all the way till now, just like we have on this end. So thank you so much for that. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow as well. Well, that concludes the second day of the Multifamily Investor Nation Summit. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning on my opening remarks tomorrow morning. I'm going to be covering something very special, and I want you to be prepared for it. It's going to be at 7:45 tomorrow morning. It's 7:45 a.m. Eastern. And so for those of you who are on right now, make sure you set your clocks and you're up early. I know it's a Saturday, but you don't have to travel anywhere. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. but I have something special that we're going to be doing for somebody else, another multifamily syndicator that's in this community. And I want you to be aware of that, and I want you to help us with that. So if you will be here bright and early tomorrow morning, 7:45 a.m., looking forward to sharing that with you. So everybody else, have a wonderful night. And don't forget, between now and tomorrow, go to nextmfin.com and register for the next Multifamily Investor Nation Summit, which is coming up in January 2020. So have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you in the morning.